Well, here we go, straight into Shakedown at Rally Japan. Do not adjust your sets. Chris Ingram was fastest through. Listen, he was 3.5 hours after our Rally 1 cars. Conditions changed dramatically and Ingram made the most of them. So second quickest through, it is Oyt Tanak, the man who needs to win this one. It's a difficult balancing act though, isn't it? Needs team points for the manufacturers, but if he is to potentially win the driver's title, he has to win here. Third quickest through is this, Adrian Formo's last outing in an M Sport Puma. Well, we'll find out, I'm sure, in the coming days and weeks. But is he going to go out with a bang, a potential winner here? Well, maybe. He's definitely got the pace, and he was quick after adjustments to that car during Shakedown. Yeah, he does look good. Looks neat and tidy and precise. That is exactly what he'll need throughout the whole weekend if he's to challenge for top place. Now Sébastien Ogier back on the horse, as they say. That is the best way of recovering from what has been perhaps his worst run of form in his career. Goodness me, CER enormously disappointing with that final day crash for the champ. He knows, though, that this is the big one. A huge job for Ogier to do this weekend if Toyota are to retain their manufacturer's title. Fifth quickest through, Takasan. He really was remarkably quick here last year when he returned after clearly that big off on stage 2. Takasan had a real confidence-building CER and a confidence-building run through Shakedown this morning. Big pressure on Takasan, but he looked good through Shakedown. Seventh quickest through Shakedown, Gregoire Munster. Still some questions over Munster's programme for 2025, but a good run here in Japan could help solidify a decent programme for the young driver from Luxembourg. Certainly showing signs of improvement. We'll need to continue to see that improvement here on the stages in Japan. Now the man that everyone is talking about, always the bridesmaid, never the bride. Is that all about to change here in Japan? Runner-up so many times in the WRC. He knows what he has to do to be crowned champion of the world come Sunday. There's lots of rallying ahead of him though. Further down, 15th quickest through Shakedown this morning, Sami Paire, another man with a huge weekend ahead of him in his quest to be WRC2 champion. Well, let's hear from some of our drivers in the media pen. Tell us the real inside line, Thierry Neuville. What's the plan?
There's no story.
There has to be a story this weekend.
Until Sunday, there is no story. It's a bit about balancing our efforts here this weekend. Everybody around, is well aligned on our main objective, which is the driver's title. Nevertheless, and as we have tried all season long, to be as supportive as we can for the manufacturer's title as well, and it has been a big goal for us throughout the whole season. And it's nice to see the sun after 2 years here with heavy rain and horrendous conditions. It's nice to see the sun out there. There was a little bit of rain during Recce, which definitely wasn't needed, but it's conditions we have to deal with tomorrow morning, especially, I think. And further on the weekend, I think it will be more easy.
For sure, it's going to be a big challenge for everybody. As you know, last 2 years been very difficult on the Friday already. Many cars having the issue and difficult stages. So,
what is it about these stages and the car here that allows you to push so hard?
Not sure. Just I felt very good feeling from the car last year. I made one mistake in the beginning, but then after that didn't have any moments and very comfortable driving with the car and so on. So it was quite same as last rally in the Central Europe, like last day on Sunday. I was very comfortable. I was pushing, but not like crazy push. But still, time was very good. So I think I need this kind of feeling.
It's so open at the moment, and we know how Toyota is going to attack. They've attacked every year, and they are competitive here. Driver's title is safe from Toyota, but the manufacturers is really open, so we definitely want to defend this one.
What's your instruction been from Cyril for the weekend?
Obviously, the manufacturers is not just about finishing. We can finish, but we can still lose it. So it's not about driving through. We need to be competitive with Toyota. We can't let them to take 1, 2, 3. Then obviously it's not going to work out as well. So we need to be in the mix and to make sure that they don't outscore us. So.
Target is pretty clear and simple, but not so simple to reach. Obviously, we need a close to perfect weekend. We've done it last year here, so nothing impossible, but we know it will require a strong performance from every team members. I feel it's nice to come in Japan with still this target alive. Obviously, we've been fighting the whole year for it. That was always on my side the target of the season, and I did everything I could to help to support the team in that way.
Maybe your last round with M Sport. We'll find out more about that later on. What can you do this weekend?
We're gonna try our best. Last year was not a good event for us, but the condition seems to be a bit different. So it's still really tricky, but the rain will not be the same, even if probably some is coming tomorrow, but we'll see. We need to take in consideration the car, but also maybe the driver. I will not say that I'll be able to fight also for the win directly, but I think for the podium, yes.
Yes. What will the strategy be for you from the first stage tomorrow morning?
I will just do how I feel the best. More or less the approach is like any other rally this year. So I'm here to do my best and not to think too much about what the others are doing, but I'm just trying to do a good rally from my side, and then quite many rallies we did with the good results so far. So then why not to be in a good position?
Oh, geez, that was great. It was really great to hear from the drivers just down there, David. Do you know what? Great to hear from the drivers, but great to see so many people here.
I've never seen as many people. I think we may have said that when we came here for the first time 2 years ago. Remember the queue?
There's more, though, David. There's more.
Probably, I'd say almost 50% more.
I'd say at least.
Incredible.
The queue for the autograph session, 4 hours. The guy at the front's been there for. It's incredible.
It is just incredible, and just so much enthusiasm, so much passion for the sport everywhere you turn. There's some really old cars there. There's a Shinazuka's Galant VR4.
Oh, yes.
Literally, they're queuing up just to look at that. Honestly, we've been in this sport a long time, Cole. Never seen anything like this.
No.
It's
do you know what I'm loving as well? I'm loving the way they're embracing the merch. Probably every second person has got, what do you call those tops they're wearing?
You were saying a baseball
shirts. It's just quite incredible. So listen, let's get down to what the driver said. I think we've got to start with Thierry Neuville. It's such a big weekend here, and he knows that every corner there's jeopardy, and every corner the price to pay is enormous. How, David, do you get into the right mindset to rally with that ahead of you?
That's exactly what he said. It's not a normal rally for him, and it's not, and it will impact every aspect of what he's doing. He'll try to get away from it. He's probably trying to watch, some video, talk to the family at home, or if they're not here, just do stuff that takes your mind. But it won't work. It will always, he'll always come back to that point of Sunday afternoon. He referenced it in his interview a couple of times, Sunday afternoon, there's no story here yet. Yeah. Sunday afternoon there's a story. It's, it's a big 5 weeks between CER and here. That's a long time to wait.
To contemplate what could be.
And just sit there thinking, crikey, in 4 weeks' time, in 3 weeks' time, in 2 weeks' time, I could be a world champion.
My goodness me, Tanak's got such an enormous job to do here this weekend because of the situation with the Manufacturers' Championship. Yes, there's pressure on Toyota, enormous pressure, but a result like the one we saw in Chile, they take the manufacturers. They salvage from what's been a quite difficult season a really good result.
But I would say almost the bigger job is on Andreas Mikkelsen.
Oh, yes.
It's Andreas and it's Oit.
Yeah.
Those are the two that have got to lead the team. And almost Thierry was saying, I'm just doing my own thing. If the team needs me, i.e. brackets, if Andreas or if Hoyt fails them, then I can step up and try and help out, which he's done on numerous occasions this year. You know, at times this
Over
year,
the seasons, David.
he's
Over the
talked-
seasons.
but this year specifically,
Yeah.
he's talked about carrying the team.
Yeah.
And I think just on this one occasion, he'd like to let the team just kind of give him a bit of breathing space, carry themselves, let him totally relax.
So do you think the winner is going to come from those 4 this weekend, from the 3 Toyota drivers and Hoyt Tanak, or do we have to think about Adrian Formeau in that
No, I think
equation?
I think it would be unfair to expect Formeau or even to really consider him seriously, because he crashed out early last year, so he missed pretty much every stage. He didn't even complete one proper stage, did he? He crashed in Izagami's tunnel. So no, I think his opportunity to win would have come with really changeable conditions. Like he said, you know, it becomes almost a Monte Carlo, doesn't it, when the rain is coming, and like last year. This year it's a little bit more consistent, not completely. So no, I think long answer short, yeah.
From those four.
drivers.
From those 4. It is going to be fascinating, folks. It really is. There's an awful lot going on behind that. Before we go, let's obviously talk WRC2, David, because Sami Pyre is there or thereabouts. You know, it's in his hands, the title this year. He's been superb this year, Pyre. He's not done really an awful lot wrong. Yes, he made a tiny mistake on CER, but a good clean rally here should be enough for Pyre.
It should be enough, but still, you know, there's some really competent, really quick tarmac drivers. Jan Solen's out there. You know, there's a lot of people that can get him. I think he has to finish first or second. It's not an easy task, actually. You know, there's a lot of quick drivers out there and in some very, very good cars. So I've got one question for you, Colin.
Oh, it's got a question.
Not going to bother with 1, 2, 3s or any of that.
Oh.
Can Takemoto Katsuta win this rally?
Of course he can. Of course he can. And we looked yesterday at the times from last year. If he shows us that kind of pace, and again, it's that word consistency. We know he's got the pace, but he needs to show it through every single stage of this rally. I think with the way things are with Hyundai here, with Thierry Neuville, potentially with Hoyt Tanak, I think he's got a real opportunity. So yes, he can win it based on last year's performance and that really strong run at CER.
Yep.
What do you think,
No, I
guys? What do
agree.
you think? What do you think? In the comments below.
Yep.
Is this the one where Taka-san comes of age, where he breaks that duck and he takes that next step up, because that's what it will be if he does win. Do you think he can win it here? Who do you think is going to win? David doesn't want my 1, 2, 3, but I want your 1, 2, 3. Put it in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. David, obviously the WRC2 Championship is what we're watching in that class. But my goodness me, there's some excitement, some fever there. We've got Didier Oriol, we've got Toshi Arai back, we've got Nuta Hara-san back, 2 absolute legends of Japanese rallying. Heikki Kovalainen, our Formula 1 driver, his first WRC event after open heart surgery. It just goes on and on and on through the field.
There's interest and intrigue all the way down. It is a bit of a shame that Oriol didn't get that Rally 2 car. It would have been really interesting. He's in a kind of challenge spec GR Yaris, but no, great to see Nuta-san back and Toshi back, and of course always a pleasure to see Heikki Kovalainen, great friend of Dirtfish. There's not a massive field, not a huge number of entries, but it's great. There's
It's quality.
a lot to watch all the way through.
My favourite Frenchman returning.
Denis Giraudet.
Oui, Denis Giraudet, the gentleman of the WRC, the most handsome man to ever grace a rally car. Folks, it is going to be fantastic. Don't forget, Dirtfish is not just about rally coverage. Dirtfish is about learning to drive rally cars, to get the best out of your potential in rally cars. Take a look on dirtfish.com for all the courses available at the Fish. Well, thanks for watching, folks. We do really appreciate all of your comments. We love reading them and we love replying to them. Folks, it's going to be a fantastic weekend. It kicks off with a wonderful super special stage in the Toyota Stadium here. We then head to the mountains. Stick with us, folks. There is going to be some action here. The final round of the 2024 season, Rally Japan.